Good evening. I'm Major General Chris Mohan, and it is my privilege to serve as the Commanding General of the U.S. Army Sustainment Command, or ASC.
And I'm Sergeant Major Marco Torres, and I proudly serve as ASC's Command Sergeant Major.
We are just two members of the ASC team, a team that is nearly 40,000 strong, a team with a global presence and a global impact, with our teammates found wherever our Army is found.
ASC is found across every major installation in the United States. They are also overseas in places like Korea, Germany, and other places. Anywhere where soldiers are forward deployed, whether it's a major training exercise or contingency operation, ASC is there. As an example is recent operations in Iraq and Afghanistan, and now ongoing operations in the European continent.
In the next few minutes, you'll learn more about ASC's mission and about some of what we've done in the past year or so. You'll see our mission is absolutely vital to the readiness of our sister services, our Army, and allied forces. We ensure that our nation is ready to fight any battle, anywhere, against any adversary.
What we do is extremely important, although sometimes goes unnoticed, but we know that you continue to get after it, day in, day out, regardless of where you're at, and we're the best at what we do.
In the end, it comes down to the people of ASC, you. You are the people who constantly amaze me with your creativity, diligence, resilience, and your dedication to duty. You are the ones that make things happen, and you have shown that you can meet any challenge, no matter how daunting.
We appreciate all you do. On behalf of all soldiers, thank you. Thank you for the service you provide, not only to our Army, but to our nation.
So everyone, please know that the Army Sustainment Command is always there, standing in support of our great armed forces and the freedom we defend. We are truly on the line.
Two major operations on opposite sides of the world, one responding to a real-world scenario, one in support of a major exercise, both happening at about the same time. Two major operations that put the capabilities of the Army Sustainment Command to the test, a test that ASC can proudly say it passed with flying colors. In February of 2022, NATO forces were mobilized and moved forward in response to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Some units that were based in the continental United States, including the 1st Armored Combat Brigade Team of the 3rd Infantry Division at Fort Stewart, Georgia, were deployed to Europe as part of this operation. Instead of shipping their own weapons and equipment, the brigade drew from the Army prepositioned stocks located at sites in Europe, known in that theater as APS-2. The APS mission is managed by ASC and executed in Europe by the command's 405th Army Field Support Brigade. This was the first time ever that APS-2 would be used to outfit an entire combat brigade team deployed to Europe from the U.S. Within weeks, more than 4,700 lines of materiel, with some lines containing over 1,000 separate items, were accounted for, reported, shipped, and issued to the brigade team. This included everything from tanks and armored vehicles to tools and repair parts. The support provided by the 405th didn't end there. Logistics Assistance Representatives, known as LARS, and other equipment specialists from the brigade were on hand, working alongside soldiers from the deployed units, assisting them with maintenance and assuring that everything that was delivered would remain in combat-ready condition. This unprecedented and highly successful APS draw was the result of years of planning and training at ASC headquarters in Rock Island and at the 405th. But the lion's share of the credit goes to the people of the 405th and their partners, a diverse team made up of U.S. soldiers and Army civilian employees, contractors, and foreign nationals, a team that delivered under pressure and that continues to deliver as the operation in Europe goes forward. As these events were unfolding in Europe, a major exercise known as Pacific Pathways was underway in the Indo-Pacific region. The goal of the exercise was to test the combat capabilities of both U.S. and Allied forces in a theater that extends from the west coast of the United States to the India-Pakistan border and from the Arctic all the way down to the Antarctic, an area covering a little over half of the Earth's surface. ASC's role in the exercise, as it was over in Europe, was to deliver combat-ready equipment to units moving forward in the theater. 2 ASC brigades, the 402nd, based at Fort Shafter, Hawaii, and the 404th, based at Joint Base Lewis McChord in the state of Washington, worked together to execute this mission. One component of the 404th, the Army Field Support Battalion Charleston, based in Charleston, South Carolina, manages Army Preposition Stocks 3, also known as APS Afloat. As the name implies, these stocks are not land-based, but rather are kept aboard cargo ships that are ready to move and unload wherever they're needed in support of any contingency. The exercise marked the first time that APS Afloat was used by the U.S. Army Pacific. A ship called the Red Cloud was sent to a commercial port at Subic Bay in the Philippines. There, personnel from ASC's brigades worked with partners from across the Materiel Enterprise and other components to download combat-ready weapons, equipment, and related items, inventory and account for every piece, and issue it to the 3rd Infantry Combat Brigade Team of the 25th Infantry Division. The operation proved to be highly successful, and once again, that success was due to the hard work and dedication of ASC's people, the people of the 402nd and the 404th, those on the ground and those back at the brigade, as well as the people at ASC headquarters in Rock Island Arsenal, Illinois, who resourced and supported the brigades every step of the way as they took on a challenging and complex set of tasks. The first quarter of the year 2022 demonstrated beyond any doubt that ASC is a global command with a global presence and a global mission. We are a linchpin of the nation's defense, a reliable source of readiness delivered at the point of need, wherever and whenever that need may arise. Look behind the headlines and you could find ASC. In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, ASC used the Logistics Civil Augmentation Program, known as LOGCAP, in unique ways to support the national response to this major public health threat. LOGCAP is a program managed by ASC that leverages contractor capabilities to provide basic life support services such as housing, dining, laundry, and waste management during deployments and in support of training exercises, humanitarian missions, or when called upon in an emergency. Soon after the pandemic began and a national emergency was declared, LOGCAP was used in the construction of a temporary care facility in New Jersey designed to house and treat non-acute COVID patients who could not be accommodated at the hospital. LOGCAP was also used to construct temporary housing for soldiers returning from overseas who needed to be quarantined. Finally, LOGCAP played a role in the development of vaccines against COVID by setting up trailers at sites across the United States where vaccine trials were conducted. The speed and flexibility of LOGCAP and the program's ability to fulfill a variety of requirements have proven time and again and have made it a valued asset that leaders at all levels can call on whenever they need the services provided under the program. On a day-to-day basis, ASC provides a wide range of services at installations across the United States and around the world at its Logistics Readiness Centers, or LRCs. These centers have a broad scope of responsibilities to include dining facilities, clothing and equipment issue, bulk fuel, property book, transportation, and more. In addition, ASC now manages the movement of household goods and personal property for soldiers and their families making permanent change of station moves. ASC's mission has grown and changed over the years, and the command has willingly taken on new responsibilities and handled new challenges. The Army's top leadership knows that it can rely on ASC as a trusted partner that can and will deliver and do so with excellence. It all comes down to ASC's large and diverse workforce, made up of people who can be found wherever the Army is found all around the world. Some are soldiers, some are Army civilians, some are contractors, some are citizens of foreign nations. All of them are committed to supporting and enhancing the readiness of U.S. forces who defend and advance the cause of freedom. All of them understand the importance and the value of ASC's mission. All of them are devoted to that mission and to performing that mission to the best of their abilities. The people of ASC constitute a team that can do what needs to be done under any and all circumstances. We live in a world of constant change and uncertainty, and the recent past has shown us how unpredictable the future can be. Whatever the years ahead may bring, though, the people of ASC will be, as our motto states, on the line. You can be confident that the Army Sustainment Command will be there, ready and willing, anywhere we are needed. On the line, yesterday, today, and tomorrow.